Today we talk about the liver, the difference between cleansing, supporting, and we'll talk a little bit more about the JuvaTone product. Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Minke. This is Minke Wellness. And there's always, you hear about cleansing. And so when am I doing a cleanse and when am I just supporting with supplements? And where's the line? Well, that line can be very blurred. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about, cleansing the liver. What do I think about liver cleansing versus supporting? And then we'll talk a little bit about this JuvaTone product that I like so much. Okay, so when I think of a liver cleanse, there's all ranges, right, of liver cleanses. Just fasting can be a liver cleanse. Fasting with water can be a liver cleanse. Doing something like a mono diet, like the Master Cleanse, that has the fresh squeezed lemon juice and the maple syrup and cayenne pepper. That can be a cleanse. It's really a mono diet, but it can be a cleanse. So what do I mean by cleanse? Cleanse usually, in my context, when I think of something that's cleansing, I think of two situations. One is the body has enough resources that it can mobilize toxins out of a tissue and send them on down the way. Okay, so if I'm talking about cleansing the liver, there's the liver tissue itself that has accumulated toxins or has been blocked. There's actually two aspects to a liver cleanse. One would be the tissue itself has become toxic, metals, pesticide residues, things have accumulated in the toxin in the liver because the liver is there filtering, right? Remember what we talked about, the liver filtering out the blood and the lymph, and that stuff comes into the liver and maybe it can't get back out, it gets all stuck and it becomes sludge. The other one is a physical restriction. If parasites, for example, will cause gallstones. And other things can cause silting if the chemistry of the liver is off, and it creates crystals in the bile and silts it up, and you get little crystals to form blockages in the little tubes. So what we've actually end up in a situation where you actually are getting physical blockage of the bile flow. Now we're talking specifically for the liver. So the bile isn't flowing out of the liver, and therefore we have a blockage and need to cleanse. But those are really kind of, in a way, two different cleanses. One is we need to get the biochemistry properly organized and situated and have it flow out physically. So there may be a physical blockage, or even doing massage might help the flow of bile and get the liver, actually literally physically, and the massage the liver. Inhaling with your diaphragm, using the diaphragm to push down and massage the liver. That can be ways to physically help the bile flow out. Okay, there's a liver gallbladder flush, popularized or familiar to me by Hulda Clark in her book, The Cure for All Disease. And in that book, she describes a liver cleanse. Now, the book itself has all kinds of contradictions and confusions, and it makes you phobic about bugs and germs. And so I'm kind of like, yeah. So I wrote up my own little version of a liver cleanse. I called it Clarifying Cleansing, little booklet. And in that, I talk about the liver cleanse protocol that is offered by Hulda Clark in her book, and it involves making sure that you do a parasite program, making sure you flush the kidneys, but then there's one day where you're doing olive oil, lemon juice, and the Epsom salts, and you take all that internally, and there's a protocol, so you don't want to do it just based on what I'm saying here, but you follow the protocol, and it's a one-day liver cleanse, flush, where you're really flushing out the liver. So what I'm saying is there's really all kinds of degrees. Now, taking enzymes, and a significant amount of enzymes consistently enough can create a cleanse. Taking Sulfurzyme, here's where I kind of start to teeter. Is Sulfurzyme a cleanser, or does it just support? Does it just help the liver do what it's already supposed to do? So I kind of put it more in the Sulfurzyme, more in the category of support. Okay, so now the question is, when are we supporting versus cleansing? So if you look at this product here, this JuvaTone product that Young Living makes, and there's a lot of elements in this product that are supportive. They support the liver function. And for example, right on the top of the list, it's a proprietary blend that has choline. okay? And choline is amazing. It helps emulsify the fat. It's produced in the liver. It's absolutely essential. Now, and if you don't eat enough of it in your diet, you can end up with fatty liver. So choline is really, while the body does manufacture choline in the liver, you really do need to still eat choline, and there are high levels of choline in cruciferous vegetables, and you can look up lists of these. But and eggs have high levels of choline. Generally, meat and dairy products have higher choline levels, but soy has pretty good levels, and quinoa and almonds have pretty good choline levels. So what's fascinating about choline is that it's super required. I mean, really high levels required during pregnancy, and there's a huge amount of choline that gets dumped into the amniotic fluid and bathes the baby during development. And so this is a very, very important nutrient and if you might have heard of a neurotransmitter called acetylcholine. Okay, so choline is used to form the cells, the membranes of the every cell in the body. It's in the form of phosphatidylcholine. It has this formation. I mean, it's used as the base to form acetylcholine chloride, which is the neurotransmitter that's absolutely vital for the whole nervous system to function at a basic cellular level. It's involved in muscle function. It's involved in the myelin sheath formation around nerves. So it's involved in just about every tissue, and so very, very important to get choline. And this is a great way to here we are with our supporting. Now, this isn't choline would not be a cleansing component. It would be supporting. It would be supporting what the liver is doing. It's providing that nutrient that the liver already needs to have, and so it's providing that in a supplement form if we're not getting it from our diet. And we get methionine, which is an amino acid that starts every protein, inositol, beet, dandelion. Now here we start to get into dandelion root. Yes, it's very supporting, but it also could be kind of moving toward the cleanse, right? So helping to cleanse the liver. So what would that mean? Alfalfa sprouts, Oregon grape, parsley can be cleansing. And then you get into the essential oils, which all of the essential oils potentially can be cleansing. We have lemon, very cleansing. German chamomile, geranium, rosemary. Some of these are chemoprotectant, and we'll talk more about that in another video where we talk about the longevity capsule. But it will protect the tissue from chemical damage. So is this really a cleansing product, or is this a supporting product? See, I personally would categorize this as support. Okay, this is not going to be a heavy cleansing product. However, when you give an organ the proper nutrients, the organ tends to go through a phase of saying, "Hey, wait a minute, I've got the energy, just like you do. We can anthropomorphize it and say, okay, wait a minute. Look, when you have enough energy, when you've got a clear weekend and you're feeling good and you have enough energy, what's one of the things you want to do? I mean, okay, call me crazy, but I want to clean out the garage, right? I'm going to reclaim some space, some quality primo living space. And so I want to clean out the garage. That's what the body does. When it has the resources, it has a free weekend, when it's not so burdened and busy with everything else, it will stop what it's doing and start to cleanse, which is good. That's a good thing. That's paying off the wellness debt, right? We've had this debt of accumulation of toxins. The things have built up in the system, the grunge we haven't been able to get out. And all of a sudden, we're giving it resources that allow it to flush toxins out and move. Now, that process of cleansing can be unpleasant. It can create rashes if the body's not clearing those toxins all the way out of the system. We can end up with rashes, itchiness, soreness, mood, problems, grumpiness. So it can change bowel function. It can give headaches. There's a lot of things that the detox symptoms, but if we're doing this as usually when the detox process or cleansing process is stimulated by support, in other words, I have given the organ support and then it goes through a natural cleanse, those symptoms are so very mild, typically, okay? And that's where you just have a mild change this and a mild change that. I go, oh, maybe I need to drink a little more water. Oh, I think I'm cleansing a little bit. And I usually can tell when I'm cleansing when I start to pee a little bit more. And then I pee and I'm really thirsty right after I pee. So I drink the water and then I pee again, 40 minutes later, and I drink another thing of water. And so I'm using the water to flush that out, and I'm thinking, by the time I do that the third time, I'm like, oh, I am cleansing. Now, if you have frequent urination all the time and you want to make sure you're going to test your blood sugar, make sure you don't have a blood sugar problem, because that could be your kidneys trying to get rid of the blood sugar, which is still a cleansing reaction, but in a way, you know. But I'm talking about something that is extraordinary and it doesn't last. It usually lasts a couple days. And it's affected by me supplementing. Okay, I'll usually, like I said, I'll go to my Sulfurzyme or my JuvaTone. So this JuvaTone in a tablet format, fabulous product to support and potentially cleanse the liver. But it's not generally, one of the things I've recommended it for this month in our digestion is it's not a heavy cleanser, okay? Like I said, you probably get more push, if you will, more push for cleansing in the enzymes than you would in this product here. It's fabulous support, great product just for the choline itself, but it's got this combination of things that's going to give some gentle support, gentle cleanse potentially, and even some chemo protection from the essential oils that are in there. So really, really great product. And this helps us to highlight this kind of subtle line that gets grayed between what is support and what is cleanse. And ultimately, I want to be well. So I don't mind I don't mind if I'm cleansing as long as I have the support I need to do that. It's when I cleanse or push cleansing and I don't have the support, that's when things are dangerous. And that's where I would advise against some of these cleansing products. I've seen some of these things. You go to the health food store and you find a cleansing product, an herbal cleanse product, and I look at the ingredient list and there's like 30 different herbs in here, and any 2 or 3 would be an adequate cleanse. And all of a sudden we're getting 30. And I've actually known people to take these cleansing products, have such severe cleansing reactions that they end up in the hospital, in the ER, getting steroids to try to dampen down the reaction. Now, I think that's a poor way to manage a detox reaction. I would drink a whole lot of water, take a bunch of vitamin C, and take some Sulfurzyme to help the body detox, help those toxins get out of the system. So adding more toxins in the form of steroids doesn't make any sense to me. But what I'm saying is you can end up with an herbal product that pushes too many toxins out too quickly, and that's when you end up with a cleanse that's unpleasant. So I'm really impressed. I'm trying to share with you my perspective on why I've chosen a product like this JuvaTone, because it supports and does more supporting than it does cleansing, but that support process will end up creating a cleanse as needed. And those cleanses tend to be beneficial. You feel the benefits, and it's gentle, and it usually lasts just a few days. Okay, so I hope this is useful to understand this kind of difference between cleansing and support in general as a broad category, but more specifically with the liver, we have opportunities where we might need to do liver cleanses, need to be more aggressive with the liver, but this is a great product to help us with that, a basic support that could lead to liver cleansing. Now, like I said, there's a whole category we could talk about in terms of specific liver cleanses. It gets a little bit outside of scope of something I want to just broadcast, but maybe I'll figure a way to get my little booklet up, and we'll do a whole kind of little workshop on liver cleansing. Probably be worthwhile doing. Bug me about that. Request it. Maybe I'll actually get it done. Okay. All right. So here we are. The basic wellness message today about the liver. Hope this is helpful. Happy wellness. We'll see you tomorrow.